The Socratic sedative. Silas was a man of profound intellect and even more profound monotony. He was a scholar of high philosophy, but his voice possessed the unique, dampened quality of a heavy wool blanket being dropped onto a pile of damp sand. When he spoke, the very molecules in the air seemed to slow down and find a comfortable place to sit. In the lecture halls of the university, his brilliance was undisputed yet entirely unheard. His students, like young Julian, would arrive with caffeine and ambition only to be defeated by the first paragraph of Silas's syllabus. By the time Silas reached the third subpoint of his introduction, Julian's head would inevitably meet the mahogany desk with a soft thud. Silas was heartbroken. He viewed himself as a failure, a light-bringer who only brought darkness. "I offer them the eternal truths of the universe," Silas lamented to his reflection, "and they offer me only their rhythmic snoring. I am a lighthouse whose beam is made of lavender and boredom." Late one night, Silas began researching the history of the pharmaceutical industry. He read how aspirin was originally a failed industrial byproduct, and how a certain famous blue pill for the heart became a billion-dollar success only when the makers leaned into its unexpected side effects. Silas stared at the page, a spark finally flickering in his dull eyes. He sought out Thalia, a shark-like tech entrepreneur who specialized in turning bugs into features. Thalia didn't care about the ethics of Spinoza or the metaphysics of Kant. She cared about the fact that Silas's voice could put a panicked squirrel to sleep in under 30 seconds. "We need to benchmark the masters, Silas," Thalia explained, pacing the room. "The pharmaceutical industry doesn't sell the chemistry, they sell the relief. You aren't a philosopher anymore. You are a non-synthetic, audio-based, hypnotic agent. We are going to disrupt the sleep market." They spent weeks in a recording studio. Silas sat in a soundproof booth, reading the most dense, impenetrable passages of German idealism. He didn't try to be engaging. He leaned into his natural gift for being utterly, transcendentally tedious. He spoke of the thing in itself until the sound engineer had to be propped up with pillows. They launched the app, Socratic Slumber. It didn't promise wisdom. It promised a total neurological shutdown within 10 minutes of playback. Thalia watched the metrics climb. They had benchmarked the pharmaceutical model perfectly, identify a secondary effect, brand it, and solve a global problem. Across the world, the results were miraculous. Julian, who used to fail Silas's exams, now paid $10 a month to hear Silas's voice every night. "I still have no idea what transcendental apperception means," Julian whispered as he felt his eyelids grow heavy. "But I haven't felt this rested since the 3rd grade." Silas was finally a success, a titan of industry who had conquered the world by being exactly who he was. He realized that benchmarking success isn't about copying a product, but copying a mindset. He wasn't a failed teacher, he was a highly efficient sedative. And for the first time in his life, Silas was wide awake.